Breaking news report. The disappearance of Balarina shocks New York's fashion district. Byline, New York City, November 3, 2025. A wave of intrigue and concern has swept through New York's fashion district after the sudden disappearance of Balarina, a 32-year-old woman from Mexico, known for her graceful charm, sophisticated taste, and captivating presence. Witnesses last saw her strolling along Madison Avenue, one of the city's most renowned luxury shopping streets, late Monday afternoon. Described as possessing a cute, charming face and an elegant demeanor, Balarina was reportedly dressed in high-end designer attire, a tailored beige coat, dark sunglasses, and carrying a luxury handbag that turned heads even in a crowd of trendsetters. Several bystanders recall her pausing in front of boutique windows before she seemingly vanished without a trace. According to preliminary reports, surveillance cameras captured her walking past a row of upscale stores at approximately 5:47 p.m. But no footage shows her leaving the area. Her sudden disappearance has left both local authorities and fashion enthusiasts puzzled. Detectives have described the case as unusual, noting that Balarina appeared neither distressed nor pursued before she went missing. Investigators are currently reviewing additional footage and interviewing shop employees in the vicinity. Friends and acquaintances from Mexico describe Balarina as a creative and independent woman, known for her taste in art, travel, and luxury design. She had this effortless class about her, said one close friend. It's hard to believe she could just vanish in broad daylight. As the search intensifies, police urge anyone with information to contact NYPD Missing Persons Unit. Meanwhile, the city's fashion community continues to share her image across social media. A wave of intrigue and concern has swept through New York's fashion district after the sudden disappearance of Balarina, a 32-year-old woman from Mexico, known for her graceful charm, sophisticated style, and captivating presence. Witnesses last saw her strolling along Madison Avenue, one of the city's most renowned luxury shopping streets, late Monday afternoon. Described as possessing a cute, charming face and an elegant expression, Balarina was reportedly dressed in high-end designer attire, a tailored beige coat, dark oversized sunglasses, and a luxury handbag believed to be from an exclusive European label. Her refined appearance drew attention from passers-by, with several witnesses recalling her poised demeanor and confident walk. At approximately 5:47 p.m., security footage captured Balarina near the intersection of Madison Avenue and East 63rd Street, glancing briefly at her phone before stepping out of frame. Curiously, she did not appear in any subsequent footage, leaving investigators baffled. Authorities have described her disappearance as sudden, silent, and highly unusual. The NYPD Missing Persons Unit, in collaboration with Interpol, has now launched a cross-border investigation, citing her international background and recent travel between Mexico City, Paris, and New York. Her last known accommodation was a luxury hotel in Midtown Manhattan, where staff reported that she had been staying under her real name and had shown no signs of distress. Detective Laura Chen, who is leading the investigation, stated in a press briefing, "At this stage, we are considering all possibilities, from personal disappearance to potential foul play. What stands out is the precision and timing of her last known movements. It's almost as if she vanished into thin air." Friends and acquaintances from Mexico describe Balarina as a creative entrepreneur, involved in the luxury fashion and design industry. Some claim she had been working on a confidential fashion collaboration with an unnamed European brand, possibly explaining her frequent international travel. Others mention she had expressed concerns about being followed days before her trip. Social media has since erupted with speculation. On Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, the hashtag #FindBalarina has gained over 2 million mentions within 24 hours, with influencers and fashion houses posting her photos and urging public assistance. Several users have shared unverified sightings across the city, though none have been confirmed by the police. Adding to the mystery, one of her personal belongings, a pearl earring engraved with the initials B.A., was found near a quiet alley just 2 blocks from where she was last seen. Forensics teams are now analyzing it for clues. As investigators piece together the final hours before her disappearance, theories range from a targeted robbery to a high-profile abduction linked to her luxury contacts. However, officials have urged the public not to jump to conclusions, emphasizing that every detail matters and truth often hides behind the smallest clues. Meanwhile, Madison Avenue's glamorous charm now carries an undercurrent of unease. Boutique owners have increased security, and regular shoppers say the usually vibrant street feels strangely quieter since the incident. As night falls over Manhattan, the mystery of Balarina, the stylish woman who vanished in broad daylight, continues to deepen. 3 days after her mysterious disappearance stunned New York's fashion district, Balarina, the 32-year-old Mexican fashion icon, has been found alive, though the circumstances surrounding her return have only deepened the mystery. According to official sources, Balarina was discovered early Thursday morning near the Brooklyn Bridge, appearing disoriented yet unharmed, wearing the same sophisticated outfit she vanished in, her tailored beige coat, dark sunglasses, and clutching her luxury handbag tightly. Witnesses reported seeing her calmly walking along the empty early morning walkway before collapsing near a taxi stand. Authorities confirmed that she was immediately transported to New York Presbyterian Hospital for observation. Doctors have stated she is in stable condition, though she has not yet given a full statement to the police. Detective Laura Chen, who has been leading the investigation, said during a press conference, "We're relieved that Miss Balarina has been located safely. However, certain inconsistencies in her timeline and physical evidence suggest that this case is far from over." Sources close to the investigation revealed that Balarina's designer handbag, presumed stolen, was intact. But inside, detectives reportedly found a flash drive, multiple international SIM cards, and a train ticket dated 2 days ahead of her disappearance. Officials have not disclosed where the ticket was bound for. When briefly questioned, Balarina could only recall being followed and waking up near the river. Her memory between Monday evening and Thursday morning remains unclear. Forensic experts have confirmed traces of a rare sedative in her bloodstream, hinting at a possible abduction or deliberate drugging. What's more, hotel surveillance from earlier that week revealed that a mysterious man in a gray suit had visited her lobby multiple times, always minutes after Balarina's recorded departures. Investigators are now working to identify the individual, whose face was partially obscured by a hat and scarf. Friends from Mexico have voiced both relief and confusion. "She's alive. That's what matters most," said Carla Dominguez, a longtime friend and stylist. "But something about this doesn't feel random. She looked scared before she left Mexico. I think someone wanted to silence her." Online, theories have exploded, some suggesting espionage or fashion industry sabotage. A few claim Balarina may have stumbled upon sensitive business information, while others believe she was targeted for her luxury connections. Meanwhile, Find Balarina has transformed into What Happened to Balarina, with millions of users speculating about the hidden side of the fashion world. As of Friday, the NYPD has officially upgraded the case to an ongoing criminal investigation with potential links to international financial fraud and corporate espionage within high-end fashion circles. Detective Chen concluded the briefing with a cryptic statement. "We're not just looking for who took her, we're looking for why." For now, the woman once admired for her elegance and mystery has become the center of a far darker story, one that may expose secrets far beyond Madison Avenue's glossy storefronts. What began as a missing person case involving a stylish woman from Mexico has now spiraled into one of New York's most baffling international investigations. The discovery of a flash drive inside Balarina's luxury handbag has unveiled a web of high-stakes corruption, espionage, and digital theft connecting multiple fashion houses across continents. According to a confidential source within the NYPD's Cyber Intelligence Division, the flash drive contained encrypted documents linking several major European luxury brands to offshore accounts illegal labor sourcing, and data manipulation schemes involving millions of dollars. Analysts believe Balarina may have come into possession of the files by accident, or perhaps was entrusted with them by someone on the inside. Detective Laura Chen addressed the press late Sunday evening. The evidence retrieved from Ms. Balarina's belongings has global implications. This is no longer just a missing persons case. It's part of a larger network involving corporate espionage and potential criminal enterprise. What makes the case even more perplexing is that Balarina herself insists she had no knowledge of what was inside her handbag. In her official statement, she told investigators, "The bag wasn't mine. It looked like mine. Same brand, same model, but it wasn't the one I left the hotel with." Forensic experts have confirmed her fingerprints only on the outer surface of the handbag, not on the flash drive or SIM cards inside. This has led detectives to theorize that her real bag may have been swapped shortly before she vanished, likely as part of a planned drop-off she was unaware of. Security footage recovered from her hotel shows a brief moment when a bellhop exchanged her luggage for an identical one while loading it into a taxi. The bellhop, identified as Ethan Rojas, has since gone missing. Investigators believe he may have fled the city within 24 hours of the incident. Meanwhile, Interpol has joined the case, confirming that the same data found in Balarina's handbag matches a set of files tied to a fashion tech scandal in Milan earlier this year. That breach involved stolen blueprints for an AI-based clothing design algorithm worth over $50 million. The press has since labeled the unfolding saga the Velvet Cipher Affair, a reference to the hidden codes and passwords embedded in Balarina's recovered files. Cyber investigators have revealed that one of the encrypted folders was titled Del Sol, a phrase believed to reference either a project name or a secret client. Balarina, now recovering under protective custody, remains both a victim and a key witness. She has agreed to cooperate with authorities, but has requested privacy, citing deep fear for her safety. A close friend, Alejandro Torres, told reporters, "She always said the fashion world had shadows behind the glitter. I think she saw something she was never supposed to." As the investigation widens to include multiple countries, whispers within the fashion industry suggest that powerful figures are trying to bury the truth before it reaches the public. Some insiders have gone silent. Others have begun leaking anonymous tips, claiming that the Del Sol project could expose a global digital laundering system disguised through fashion investments. For now, Balarina's once elegant image, the poised woman in sunglasses, admired for her beauty and grace, has become a symbol of something far larger: the hidden cost of glamour and the price of knowing too much. The NYPD and Interpol have confirmed that the case remains active and expanding, with at least 3 international warrants issued overnight. And as the headlines grow louder, one haunting question continues to echo through the streets of New York and beyond. Was Balarina in the wrong place at the wrong time, or was she chosen all along? In what is rapidly becoming one of the biggest international scandals of the decade, investigators have now confirmed that the mysterious Del Sol project, uncovered from the flash drive found in Balarina's handbag, is part of a massive global operation involving money laundering, digital identity theft, and covert data trading disguised under luxury fashion brands. According to leaked intelligence shared between Interpol, Europol, and the NYPD, Del Sol wasn't a fashion project at all. It was a cover network using elite fashion houses, modeling agencies, and art investment firms to move encrypted data across countries, under the guise of design files and high-value goods. And at the heart of it all, a powerful figure known only as the Patron, the mastermind in the mirror. Sources close to the investigation have revealed that the Patron is believed to be Eduardo Solana, a reclusive billionaire and founder of a major luxury conglomerate with operations spanning Europe, Mexico, and the U.S. His company, Solana International Holdings, owns several designer brands, perfume lines, and digital art platforms. What shocked investigators, however, was the discovery that Balarina once worked as a brand consultant for Solana's company 3 years ago. She left abruptly after what she described to friends as a disagreement over ethics. Detective Laura Chen, who has been spearheading the transnational task force, stated during a confidential briefing obtained by this publication. "We believe Ms. Balarina was targeted because she unknowingly possessed information that could expose the entire laundering network. The switch of her handbag was deliberate, an attempt to frame her or eliminate evidence through her. A digital puzzle with deadly stakes. The flash drive continues to reveal new layers of encryption. Forensic cyber analysts in London have decoded fragments of an internal memo signed ES. That refers to data transfers through AI-driven fashion platforms. These files appear to mask real financial transactions as fabric pattern data, effectively turning the luxury industry into a digital smuggling ring. Interpol sources say the same laundering routes link to political donors, crypto exchanges, and luxury asset brokers in Monaco, Paris, and Dubai. Several executives have been quietly detained in Europe since Tuesday, while Solana's current location remains unknown. Meanwhile, Balarina's condition has improved, but her silence speaks volumes. In her first public words since resurfacing, she told a local journalist, "The truth was hidden in beauty. The prettier it looked, the uglier it became." The fallout? Fashion houses across the globe have rushed to distance themselves from Solana Holdings. Stock prices of several luxury conglomerates dropped by 12% overnight, and major brands have suspended public campaigns pending investigations. In Mexico City, government officials confirmed that Balarina has been placed under international witness protection after receiving multiple threats. Her lawyers claim she is cooperating fully with Interpol to help decrypt what remains of the Del Sol data files, many of which appear to contain the names of executives, bank accounts, and secret projects. Detective Chen, in a somber tone, added, "This isn't just about fashion anymore. This is about power, the kind that hides behind glass towers and silk curtains." As the investigation deepens, public fascination with Balarina continues to grow. Once admired as a fashion icon, she is now being hailed as a whistleblower of circumstance. A woman who became the accidental key to unmasking a hidden empire. On Madison Avenue, the place where she vanished, a small tribute has appeared, a bouquet of white lilies tied with a note that reads, "Elegance never fades, truth never hides." But the world isn't done asking questions. If the patron is still at large, and the Del Sol network still has roots deeper than anyone imagined, how many more secrets are waiting beneath the surface of luxury? The final line of the latest Interpol bulletin reads chillingly, "Del Sol was never just a project, it was a mirror. And someone is still looking back." After weeks of global intrigue, high-stakes chases, and corporate unraveling, the saga of Balarina and the Del Sol conspiracy has finally reached its shocking conclusion. The elusive figure, known only as the Patron, identified as Eduardo Solana, was captured late Thursday evening in Madrid, Spain, following a coordinated Interpol-Europol operation spanning 5 countries. Solana had been hiding under a false identity in a luxury penthouse overlooking the Grand Via, attempting to flee Europe aboard a private jet bound for Dubai. According to an Interpol spokesperson, Solana's arrest marks the end of one of the most complex white-collar crime networks of the decade, responsible for laundering over $1.2 billion through AI-based fashion platforms, crypto-backed art trades, and international shell companies. The breakthrough came when Balarina, still under witness protection, provided investigators with one last encrypted password, a string of characters she remembered from a message sent to her months before her disappearance. Del sol siempre vuelve, the sun always returns. The phrase turned out to be a master encryption key that unlocked the final data vault, exposing Solana's digital footprint and his flight plan. Within 24 hours, Spanish intelligence traced him through a series of cryptocurrency transfers made from his hidden accounts. Sources confirm that when agents surrounded the penthouse, Solana was calm, even smiling, as he reportedly said, "Tell Balarina she played her part well. Every empire ends with elegance." He was taken into custody without resistance. In a quiet Manhattan apartment, far from the flashing cameras, Balarina watched the televised arrest with tears in her eyes. Though she had not sought fame or justice, fate had cast her as the unlikely heroine of a story larger than any Runway or brand. Detective Laura Chen, now promoted to Special Investigator for International Cybercrimes, reflected on the case in her official statement. This began as a missing person report. It ended as a blueprint for how corruption hides in plain sight. Balarina didn't plan to expose them, but her courage helped end it. Authorities confirmed that the information recovered from the Del Sol files has already led to the seizure of 47 offshore accounts and the freezing of assets across Europe, Mexico, and the United States. Balarina, choosing to stay out of the public eye, has reportedly returned to Mexico under a new identity. A close friend revealed she plans to start a foundation to support women working in creative industries, focusing on ethics, safety, and transparency. The legacy of Del Sol. Across the global fashion industry, the fallout has been swift. Major brands implicated in the laundering ring have faced lawsuits, leadership resignations, and financial audits. Editorials in Vogue, The Guardian, and Le Monde have since called the case a wake-up call for an industry built on illusion. Meanwhile, the public fascination with Balarina has turned her into an icon of mystery and resilience. Her story, from elegance to entrapment, from silence to survival, has inspired documentaries, podcasts, and a best-selling book proposal tentatively titled The Woman Who Vanished in Style. Yet those close to her say she shies away from attention. As one friend put it, she doesn't want to be remembered as a victim. She wants to be remembered as someone who walked back into the light, graceful. One final note from Interpol's concluding report reads, Operation Del Sol concluded successfully. All principal operatives apprehended, data secured, witness safe, case closed. But on the last page, investigators found a short, handwritten message on Solana's confiscated notepad. It read only, "The sun always returns. Some shadows never fade." And so ends the story of Balarina, the woman who vanished from Madison Avenue and emerged as the silent force that brought an empire to its knees, a symbol of beauty, a bearer of truth, a reminder that even in the brightest light, shadows exist, waiting to be seen.